just south of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready, 50, plant. Rip right. Deep grip.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. A first down carry for Henry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Right here.
2nd and 11. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
Here we go, set, and 2 stop. Coming this way, here we go. Shoot.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's go heavy.
They try right side here. Gurley. Just bowling over tacklers. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Here we go. 70, Indy. Recon, 130,
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. He finds an opening past the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. It's a big play there for Miami. 48 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Balaj. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Haywood. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, high 7. Mike, 53, Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, step.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
That's a
Down. 18 Gator. 53. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Shoot.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They're running with Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Gurley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
Now a hit and a loose football. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Miami.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. And here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. On first down, it's Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Ready? 53. Check 53. Hey, echo. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Five.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. Three buzz.
Yeah.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
What we got?
Get it.
A give running right, Drake. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Ready. 8, read. Greystone, travel. 5.
On 3rd and short, Drake. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
At the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And taken right on the 30. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and...
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Running, it's Drake. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 1st down, Drake. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Heavy on the edges. Heavy.
64, weak. Ready.
Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Orbit.
Looking to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
Set, ready. 8, read.
You get rock me. You get rock me.
61, matchbox, lights.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 26, check 26.
80 weapon.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over at their own 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go, set. 15 line. 15 line.
It's going to be a long day.
Get it.
They'll drop the throw. Caught left side Hopkins. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
53. Not today, Mark. Not today.
1st and 10.
Jim.
5.
On first down, Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
Look at me. Zipper. Yep.
Motion, 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 motion. Motion, motion.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Exit. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Watch the backer. Watch the backer. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hey, Zoo. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Now with the play clock almost gone, Sean McDermott's going to call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 53's mic. Check 53's mic.
I got him. I got him.
They'll set up to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's go. Watch the twins. Watch the twins. Check 37. Check 37.
On the toss play, this is Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back to throw here. Being chased out left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or 2, hoping someone comes into contact.
They'll run with Drake. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Right back to Drake. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll set up the screen to Drake. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
First down, Miami.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ed Oliver in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. 2nd and 13. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Hurry. 5.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Let's go.
Got it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a dump off here complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now it's Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, high 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man on the out route. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 11. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
5.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Hey.
You're not ready.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Ready.
Ball Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Yeah. General West. 2.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Fire.
They'll set up the throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Ready?
Now Drake. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Drake, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I got you.
Smooth.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Drake. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Ready?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Set 18 Gator.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second.